Sean Brady is him. Leon Edwards is a bum. And Belal Muhammad is having his career look better and better by the day. Unfortunately. However, Sean Brady is now ranked number 1 in the world. I want to see Belal Muhammad versus Sean Brady too. And if Jack Della Maddalena wins against Belal Muhammad, I think I want to see Sean Brady versus Jack Della Maddalena. I'm fucking terrified for Jack Della Maddalena in that fight. I think Sean Brady has all of the weapons to beat him. Doesn't mean he will. I'm not saying that Jack can't win that fight. He certainly can. He's got really, really underrated ability to get up from takedowns and suddenly get out of really, really dominant positions. Like Gilbert Burns had him in dominant grappling positions. And even when he finished Gilbert Burns, he was stuck in a very, very harsh position. He managed to flip himself around and walk the cage to get up. And, he's got very dynamic takedown defense and offensive grappling, if that makes sense. He doesn't grapple offensively, but it is defensive grappling is what I'd call it, because it's once you are stuck in a grappling situation with Jack, he's pretty good at being able to just, whether it's a sprawl or a blitz or a scramble or whatever, he's able to just kind of buck his way back to his feet and use just kind of raw power. Now that will make you gas out pretty quickly if you're doing that for a long time, so I would worry about Jack in a Sean Brady matchup for that reason. But this was an incredible performance by Sean Brady. He mauled Leon. It was absurd, the level of it. I predicted that Leon would win by a decision. However, the moment before the fight started and in the lead up to it, the whole time I've been saying, I want Sean Brady to win. And I think he can win. I think Sean Brady probably is better than Leon. But something was just telling me Leon would drag this out to a long, boring, cage-clinching decision where he just spends the whole time trying to counter-strike on the feet or something like that. That may have been the case. That may have been how Leon came into this fight, like the game plan that Leon had coming into this fight. But Brady just, I don't want to say he threw his classic game plan out the window, but dude came forward heavy with striking on the feet in the early parts of the fight. Really, really took it to Leon on the feet. Even got some of the better moments on the feet. Arguably, he got the biggest moment of the fight in terms of striking on the feet, with that beautiful 1-2 down the center that he got. And I think he followed it up with a third shot as well. He clipped Leon right on the chin with it perfectly. Now, Leon had some moments of his own, but they were far and few between. And immediately after the first round, we had a little bit of striking at the beginning, and then we started grappling for the last half of it. And Sean Brady was very dominant on top position, maintaining it, floating on top a lot, really managing to make sure that even with Leon scrambling and trying to get back to his feet and doing well at that, Leon was doing decent at that, Sean Brady just floats on top and always manages to stay in control. Very fucking impressive. Then we go into the second and third round. And the second round, Sean Brady literally shot for a takedown, Hamzat Chimaev style. 3 seconds into the round, he walks off the cage after the ref says fight. He walks off, shoots a takedown immediately. Gets Leon straight down to the mat within the first 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds of the fight. And stays there. And ends up getting 4 minutes and 50 something seconds of control time in that round. Mental shit. Now, normally in the MMA world, we are used to shitting on this kind of performance and being like, oh, we just laid on him the whole time, yada yada yada. No. If you watch this fight, you understand this is what we want to see when we say that we want to, when we describe a good grappler. This is what we expect, because it's really good top control, solid takedowns, great transitions between the position when the guy's trying to get up to his feet, good submissions, offense, and ground and pound prowess is what I'm going to call this. Dude was pummeling Leon the entire time he was on top of him. He wasn't just laying on Leon, using ground and pound shots to keep the ref from stopping the fight, or from standing up the fight, sorry. He was active as fuck the entire time that they were on the ground. I think the numbers for this fight, I believe Sean Brady landed something like 220 of 270 total strikes. Now, the significant strikes was significantly less, something like 70 of 100 or 70 of 120 or something like that. But I don't care, because the UFC doesn't fucking count ground and pound strikes for some stupid fucking reason. And it's not like they were just light hammer fists to the side of the head. He was fucking pounding the side of Leon's head and digging hooks into Leon's ribs over and over again. In that position of like being in half guard, across his body though, with the arm and the head isolated between his shoulder and his head, and ripping shots into the rib, and then bringing it upstairs, and then ripping shots and bring it upstairs, and then sneaky downstairs again. People don't do this. Grapplers don't do this much in the UFC, and it's why we complain so much, because we know this is possible and doable and very entertaining when it's done. So, annoying that it doesn't happen more often. But Sean Brady dominated this performance start to fucking finish. He won every single round. I argue that round 2 was a 10-8 round because it was fucking 4 minutes 50 something of control time, and he threw, I gotta pull up the stats for this. I gotta find out just how many strikes Sean Brady landed in that round, because it was something just unheard of. 70 in round 2. Sean Brady got 4 minutes and 57 seconds of control time. He had 2 takedowns, got both of them, 2 takedown attempts and landed both of them. And his striking numbers, significant strikes, it says 19 of 22. Total strikes, it says 76 of 95. That is such a high accuracy rating as well. Of course, it's ground and pound, so it's hard to miss. But still, 76 strikes to Leon's 0 of 0. Leon didn't throw a single strike in the second round. He got wrestled for 5 minutes straight, accepted 76 blows, and didn't land a single fucking strike. That's a 10-8 round. How is it not? How is it not? Round 3, 4 minutes and 9 seconds of control time. Still insanity. And the striking numbers in this round were 14 of 21, when round 2 was 19 of 22. This one was 14 of 21, but the total strikes were 86 rather than 76 of 113. And Leon landed 3 of 4. He threw 4 strikes. Brady threw 113 in 5 minutes. Fucking unheard of. I'd love to know, have an example of who did this. Who has dominant grappling like this and lands consistent ground and pound that is damaging as fuck? I don't think anyone does. And in round 4, it didn't last very long, but he already landed 12 of 18 strikes on Leon, and Leon landed 0 of 2. So he got 1 minute and 10 seconds of control time. I think the round lasted about 1 minute 30. 1 minute 39, there you go. Just take this in for a moment and appreciate that we do have some grapplers in this sport. Let me not fuck up my chair. Some grapplers in this sport that actually do care about performance, and they do care about activity, and they train to fight, not to lay and eventually look for a submission or to hope that you get points victories based on control time. He was looking to finish the fight the whole time. Sean Brady was looking to finish the fight the entirety of the time that he spent in that octagon with Leon Edwards. You don't throw 221 total strikes. 221. You don't throw that many strikes if you're not looking for a fucking finish. And then he went for a submission attempt in the 4th round and got it immediately. Now, the finish was insane because Sean Brady, literally, the best example I can give of this is I've got a water bottle here. I don't think I have anything that's more of like a human head shape, but this will have to. This will have to. Sean Brady is in that same position that I mentioned to you before, where he's in like kind of a semi-half guard on top of Leon, and is almost in like an arm triangle position. Say this is Leon's head, okay? We'll use the bottom of it because it's bigger. This is Leon's head, okay? Brady's on top of him, and Leon's head is here. Leon's back is on the canvas, Brady's on top of him, and their heads are side by side. And Brady literally is arm over like this, with Leon's head next to him, and Brady just slips his arm around and locks in a guillotine like that. Now, when the fuck do you see people not pull guillotines, but set them up from top position? That doesn't fucking happen. People pull guillotines from bottom guard when they suddenly manage to grab a hold of your head because you gave it to them or something. Brady is in top position in half guard, and he just decided when he had his arm over the top like this, fuck it, I reckon I can slip this under my armpit. Yeet! Under she goes. And then now he's like this. One arm in. It was a one-arm guillotine. And he's just cranking on it badly. And then eventually, he managed to get his other arm in just enough to grab it and finish it. But Leon was so unaware of that. Like, it was obvious to a degree. I'm not trying to say that Leon has no idea what's going on. I'm not a fighter. But you know what I mean. I saw it coming. I was like, oh, that guillotine's getting close. He's got one arm on it. And he's got one arm, like, actually choking Leon with one arm. And then we're like, this guillotine's getting really close to being finished. And he's only using it with one arm. And then all of a sudden, that second arm comes in and locks. And we're like, oh, it might be done here. And it was. Leon tapped. The fight was over. We have a new number 1 ranked person in the welterweight division. Who'd have fucking guessed that? It was meant to be JDM versus Leon. JDM got put into the Belal fight. And Sean Brady gets a 3.5 week notice chance to become number 1 in the world when he was like number 6. And he fucking did. He did it. And now we have Leon's going to be at 2, 3, or 4, something like that, probably 2. And Sean Brady is going to be in the pound for pound rankings, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Leon still in the pound for pound rankings? Because if he is, you should put Brady in there. If he is, you should put Brady in there. Because he just beat the guy that used to be pound for pound like number 4. Leon Edwards is number 12. I think you got to put Sean Brady in the pound for pound rankings now. Probably not in 12. But I think you drop Leon out and you boost Holloway, O'Malley, and Charles Oliveira up one spot and you put Brady in 14 or 15. You know what I mean? I don't see how you don't. After he just beat Leon like that. Dominant as fuck. Like, not even just like, oh, we got him with a submission in that 4th round after beating him 2-1 in the first 3 rounds. It was 3 rounds, pure domination, 10-8 in the 2nd round, and in the 4th round, continued that pure domination without slowing down in the slightest, and then turned it into a guillotine and finished it off. In his hometown, on short notice. In Leon's hometown, on short notice. To me, that's... Oh, I don't know if actually... I think Manchester might be. I don't know. But in his home country. In Leon's home country. I am ecstatic about that. I don't know if I seem very excited. Maybe in my reaction I seemed more excited. I jumped out of my chair and squealed about it. But boy, the welterweight division just got interesting. After being a little bit boring for a while, thinking we're stuck with like Ian Gary, Leon Edwards, Colby Covington, and Belal at the top. Now, it's looking a bit more like, okay, Belal's a champ, but we got Shavkat, okay, we got JDM, okay, we got Buckley, okay, and now we got Sean Brady at number 1 all of a sudden. Buckley, we thought, was having a quick rise to the top. Brady just beat Gastelum, got a Gilbert Burns matchup, beat him, and then all of a sudden, they were like, we need someone to fight the number 1 in the world. It's going to have to be you. And he fucking mauled him. Not even just got a lucky win and gets to number 1. Mauled him. And this is a guy that we consider to have some of the best takedown defense in the sport. Not even just in his division. People thought that Leon Edwards had the best takedown defense in the sport. Just how bad is Kamaru Usman? Just how bad is Colby Covington at this point? And is Belal Muhammad even that good? Because Sean Brady, while he got finished by Belal Muhammad, and I understand that, we've heard a lot about the reasons for that, and we know that he hit Brady in like a weird part of his head. I'm not trying to diss Belal and say this, and just explaining it. That kind of made Brady a little bit, gave him a bit of shock to the system, and he folded, and he did give up in that moment. He crumbled. He didn't tap, but like he just had no response and was not throwing back on the feet with Belal, and Belal just pressured him and beat the fuck out of him. But Belal ain't done that to Leon. Y'all watch that Leon fight? I'm pretty sure it was 3-2, maybe 4-1 Belal, but probably 3-2. Very, very close. Belal almost got finished in the 5th round by Leon Edwards. There wasn't a second that Brady almost got finished. There wasn't even a round that he lost. There wasn't even a round that you could have considered he lost. There wasn't a round where he didn't double Leon's output in strikes. Every round he doubled his output in strikes. At this point. Round 1. It says 20-19 in favor of Leon. That's for significant strikes. We're talking total strikes in this fight because for some reason they just don't count ground and pound properly. 20-47. Round 2, 0-76. Round 3, 3-86. And round 4, 0-12. More than double in every single round. The last 3, so more than double in the first round. Last 3 rounds, it's infinite. Because it's 3 versus 86. what's that, fucking 30 times the strikes? And 0 to 12 is infinitely more strikes, and 0 to 76 is infinitely more strikes. So at this point, I want to see the rematch between Brady and Belal. Maybe if JDM beats Belal, maybe you do Sean Brady versus Belal 2 as the winner gets a title shot while you give Shavkat JDM. I don't know. I don't think that's the way to do it. I think that Shavkat should have to fight someone else now at this point, because he beat Ian Gary, but it was a very close fight, and he's been out on an injury. He's been given a title shot before, had to pull out from it, and now he's had to hold up the division again and force, I'm happy about it, but force JDM into being the next contender when Shavkat was meant to be getting the shot, and he didn't, because Belal pulled out of the last fight, and now Shavkat pulled out of this one, or said he's not available for this one in the first place. So, if anything, you probably do JDM versus Belal, winner of that faces Brady, and Shavkat fights someone else in the meantime. But what a fucking turnaround of this division in the last year. Fucking, I'm very, very excited for it. Since 299, where JDM beat Burns, we've been getting a bunch of new contenders into the top part of the rankings ever since then. JDM did that, and then all of a sudden, Shavkat jumps up there. All of a sudden, Buckley jumps up there, and now all of a sudden, Sean Brady has jumped up there too. So, good shit from fucking Sean Brady. Dominant ass performance. I'm excited to see the rematch and see if maybe he did have a bit of a wilty moment and maybe he can do better against Belal in the next fight. If that Sean Brady shows up to fight Belal, I think he beats him, or at least it's very competitive compared to their first fight, which was not. So, I'm excited to see it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next Mixed Martial Arts video. Goodbye.